Okay, we've done a page. This is the vibe of this scrapbook. Ocean, blues, blacks, slide it in. That's cute. Page 1, done. Welcome. Right now I want to show you my daughter's scrapbook. So I have 2 kids. My daughter is 2.5 and my son just turned 1, and I did a scrapbook for her through when she turned 1. I'm gonna flip through it and then I'll talk to you about why I was almost not gonna do a scrapbook for my son and then what made me change my mind. So here is her scrapbook, and I turned off the light so there's not a glare, so it's not super good lighting, but whatever. So here's the first page, which I have done in my son's scrapbook already, and we're just kind of gonna go off of this same vibe that this scrapbook is made for my son. So Winnie the Pooh is kind of the theme. So here's my daughter's first page, and then I scrapbooked about when we found out. We figured out when we were on our trip to Disney World, so that was super fun. The first ultrasound, when we found out it was a girl, yay, and the pink. Here's a couple of my fun maternity pictures. This is one from my baby shower. And then I need to re-glue some of these, but this is when she was born and our first week home. That was so fun. And then this page I love. This is definitely a page I'm going to recreate in my son's that I'm super excited about. It's just the 12 months of baby Celine, so you can see her growing up. So cute. And then after that, I think I ran out of Polaroid film, so I just printed a bunch of pictures of her. So here's just some pictures of her first year of life. And she was so cute. Beach baby, Disneyland. And then this is Halloween. And then her birthday is November 12th, so this is her first birthday. And then this is a little bit of journaling about her. And that's it. So ideally, I actually would do this once a year, and I honestly think I might go back and add a page or 2 from when she was 2, and then kind of keep doing that. Obviously, birthday pictures are cute because she's already birthday obsessed. This is my son's, and we just did this one, so I only have this page done, and then I kind of want to go and do the same thing of just adding some from when I was pregnant / ultrasound pictures of him. I have a million ultrasound pictures of him for some reason. And then just I have the 12 months printed out and a couple other prints from when he was a baby. And then I went and got some pictures printed today, just throughout when he was 1. And then I'll hopefully just journal a little bit about him and then call it good. I almost was gonna give up the scrapbook for my son. And so this scrapbook is literally something I bought before he was even born. I bought for him. I bought the stickers. I bought a bunch of blue paper. I was we are gonna start this scrapbook for him. We're gonna go. And then I just got busy. Didn't have time. I'm finally making time for it tonight. So fun. I also am super into bullet journaling. So actually, I wanted to show you a little bit of how I use almost scrapbook in my bullet journal. Here's the bullet journal that I'm using this year, and it is a pre-made bullet journal that you can purchase on my website. Well, here's a couple of, this is just pre-made, it's printed, right? All the pages are a calendar and they kind of look similar. So at the end of every month, I have at least 1 page for a reflection. So this is kind of where I'll insert pictures to scrapbook a little bit, which is actually so amazing. And then I also just journal in this way. So I did a picture here. I didn't do one here. I was journaling about the fact that we were pregnant and comprehending that myself. And then March, I printed some pictures, and I think that's it. We haven't got to April yet. So that's a little bit of how I scrapbook in my bullet journal. And I should also mention that in my bullet journal, I journal about my kids every week. So this is from, there's a little picture of my daughter. This is from March of 2022. I started journaling about my daughter each week, and then I just kept it up I was always journaling about her each week. And then in my other bullet journal, I started bullet journaling about both of my children each week. Because like, there's like baby books, right? Where it's like, fill in, when did they first do this? When did they first do that? But like, kids are so different, all of them, and like unpredictable, and there's no like right or wrong timeline. So I really, really like just journaling about them each week, because like then I'll catch all those things, hopefully, like, oh, he started crawling, he started walking, here's some of his first words. So I don't really do like a baby book for them besides, I guess, the scrapbook. And I have made a couple pre-made bullet journals for friends, and like this is before I was a mom, and I like would do spreads of like height and weight, or like first steps, like put the date or the month, and I'm like, that was just like in my head. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to like think about those things, or like have to sit down and journal about that. I'm in my bullet journal every week anyway, so I'm like, I might as well journal while I'm just thinking about it. So that is something that I'm doing as like a way to keep a record of my kids, and I'm actually like so happy that I'm doing that. Like, I've been looking back at some of these things. There's like I think I did like a first words here, and I like forgot about like how she, like, my daughter, like, is a chatterbox, talks so much. I feel like her vocabulary is huge. But like looking back at like how she was speaking before, like, so cute. I like already am forgetting these things, so I know that like these details are gonna be awesome to look back at, because I'm just like in the trenches. I'm just like in it every day. Like, it is the life. I literally like get emotional almost every single day, just being like, I love my kids, I love my life. So I do that already. I journal about my children already. The last thing I'll say that's like scrapbooky that I do is like at the end of my journal, I'll usually like reflect and like print some pictures. So like those are the ways I like scrapbook, almost like record keep in my journal. And obviously there's like lots lovely sling. Lots of other pages I could fill, but I usually just end up doing a couple pages of journaling or reflecting, pictures, and call it good. So at the beginning of the year, I have like 10 pages at the end of just like, okay, they can do whatever you want. I was like, screw that. Or not screw that. I was just like, I don't think that I'm going to make a scrapbook for Rafa, for my son. I was like, I'll just use my bullet journal. Like, there's journal entries in there about him every week. Of course, there'll be pictures sprinkled throughout the year, which is still awesome. And then I was like, I really liked that like 12 months of Celine scrapbook page that I did here. This page, I loved this page. I was like, that's fine to like look and see her like grow up. I was thinking about doing that just like in my bullet journal. So like, let's say my son comes to me when he's older and he's got a girlfriend, and they're like, what did you look like when you were a baby? I could just pull out my bullet journal and from that year and show them, which I definitely could do. But then I looked through Celine's and I was just like, this is so fun, and I like love it, and I want to do it anyways. So I was like, okay, we're not doing it in my bullet journal. I'm doing one for him. So here's what I wanted to say about that. The bullet journal and like journaling about my children in my bullet journal is, for me, it is my journal, but like I do want to keep a record of my kids, and like I do want to be able to like, when they're older, to be like, you know what, when you were a kid you were this way, and like, I don't know, have it explain some of their adult things they do. I don't know, just be able to like talk to them about how they were when they were a kid and not forget. Especially because like I'm pregnant with the third. I like kids. I want to have lots of kids. So it's like I want to be able to remember them. I am a middle child, and my mom is amazing. I think she has like baby books for her first two, and like doesn't have one for me, and like doesn't have a ton of like, doesn't really remember what I was like as a baby. Now she does. It's not like that, but like there's just like, you're kind of just like there's a lot going on right now. And like I said, I'm already forgetting things that my daughter, when I only had her, was doing. So like, how can anyone remember everything all the time unless they're writing it down in the moment? So that's for me. Obviously I can share that with them if they would like to like read what they were like when they were a child, sure. But I don't think they'll care too intensely to like have that. But I do feel like the scrapbook is like something that like, if someone's really interested in my child and wants to learn more about them, I could pull out the scrapbook. And like right now I just have it through when she is 1, and I want to get through when Rafa's 1. But like I said, I think the plan in my head at least is to like do a little bit for like each year of their life, even if it's just like birthday and like school photos, just like so that they can like kind of see themselves grow up. I mean, at a certain point they'll start remembering these things, but like when they're a baby they don't remember it. So I definitely think like having a lot of baby pictures is good, and then like as they get older just a little bit, so you can just kind of like see what they grew up like. And I love scrapbooking, so like why not do it? Besides just time, I guess. Luckily my kids are sleeping so good right now. We've moved them in the same room already. We were planning on doing that when this baby comes, because we only have 3 bedrooms. They originally, or like they've had their own rooms for the whole time we've been here. But they're already in a room together and they're sleeping really good. And so I have time right now to like do stuff like this. That was like all my thoughts about the bullet journaling versus scrapbooking thing. I think the bullet journaling about my kids is like more for me, and the scrapbook will be like something really cool for them. The other thing I wanted to say about that is I've seen like memes or like reels, TikToks or whatever, of people being like, every time I come visit my mom, like older, like grown kids, my mom's always like, please come look at this bin and take it. Like this scrapbook is probably not something that I would ever like give my kid. I think I would want to keep it like at my house forever. But like they know it's there. I guess I could like give it to them if I like when I die or whatever. But I feel like my grandma, she was a scrapbooker, and like she has all her scrapbooks like on a shelf. Like you can just go look at them, or like her kids. So I think I would keep it for myself. I'm making this for them, but it's not for them to keep. It's for them to like be able to like look back and see themselves growing up. But it is gonna be for me ultimately. Like this age is like such a digital age. I actually, one of my other like random thoughts about like scrapbooking / bullet journaling is that before I became a mom, a lot of the like people I saw becoming moms, so like older than me, I grew up with like a generation of like my sister's like 5 years older than me, and so like I saw her and all her friends become moms first. So stuff like that, like people that are like a little bit ahead of me and were moms before me, I saw them like deciding to like use either like their own personal Instagram account or like create an Instagram account for their children as like their journal or their way of like remembering their kid, which I know a lot of people do. I don't do that. I just have a fun time like journaling. I just love journaling. Obviously that's like my thing. I love journaling, and I've decided that I love bullet journaling as like my main form of journaling and record keeping. So like the scrapbook thing is extra. Like this isn't like what I'm doing every single week or more than once a week. I'm doing this like right now, and that's very short, or it's not like something I'm doing all the time. So speaking of that, let's get back to the scrapbook. Thanks for tuning in and watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.